I'm Scott Smith. I'm the superintendent. Really, my job as a superintendent is to create conditions in which people like you can thrive.
I'm John Williamson. I'm just a producer.
I'm Koeppel, also co-producer of the podcast.
And we're not going to be on many episodes. We might pop in here and there, but we're going to be doing a lot of behind the scenes stuff, working on the cameras, the lighting, editing all the videos and audio aspects of this podcast.
Yeah.
So the whole idea for this concept came out of a conversation that I was having with Amy McCarthy. We all read things on social media and we just kind of tilt our head and say, wow, really? That's not factual. That's not reality, but it's still shared on social media. Therefore, it becomes reality for some individuals. And so our idea was to try and provide some factual information to some of those things that we were reading on social media that were just flat out not true. And the concept, rumor has it, came to be. But then, as we continue to think about it, it would really be a neat opportunity for us to sit down with students from throughout the district, or just focusing initially on students from Cedar Springs High School. And kind of the whole concept could be, hey, rumor has it that there's an incredible production of Cinderella coming up in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Tell me more about that experience. What's your role in the show? Or rumor has it that AP testing is coming up in a couple of weeks. What's that like for a student who's maybe looking at the realities of taking 5 AP exams?
And then we can get students and teachers in here.
Yeah, it'd be just so cool. And that's really what we want to showcase. We've got amazing people in this building who have talents beyond our wildest imaginations. Let's highlight those things. Let's celebrate those things. We're here to help showcase and celebrate the talents of these two incredible human beings, but also just to try and share some insight, some information regarding some of the neat things that are happening at Cedar Springs High School and across the district.
A lot of the main topics we had SOAR times were on there, where we were going to talk about how actually important those were and how helpful they were, and if we really needed them 2 times a week.
Also start times. We had stuff.
We talked about maybe starting later, how much that would actually affect everything. We had some things about school lunches. There were a couple issues regarding expired milk that we can get into later. A lot of people.
Oh yeah.
A lot of students were wondering about getting a library, because we don't really, at the school, I feel like we don't have places to hang out after school and do work.
Quite a few people that are pretty passionate about having a library.
Yeah.
We can get some of them in there.
Yeah, and I think that's the neat thing. This is an opportunity to really showcase some things that people are curious about, but also an opportunity to showcase some things that people are really good at. I think what we'll find is that as we work through some different topics, that other topics will kind of bubble up.